Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to go over how to get every TM in Pokemon Reborn. And I will be going in order of TM number, starting at TM1, which might not necessarily correspond to the order that the TMs become available in the game. If you haven't completed the game yet, I would check the description for timestamps to jump to the TMs that you would like to avoid spoilers. And with that, let's get right into the video. So TM01 for Work Up is available after you get Badge 12 and get the TM for Waterfall, and it is buried deep within Ametrine Mountain. So if we start at Fior Mansion, we can make our way to the Celestine Cascade, and there's one entrance we could take to get to that TM. So if we surf through here and make our way up this waterfall, first step is to complete this ice puzzle and move up here to get this strength boulder out of the way. Then we can go back, go up this waterfall and around, and now this path opened up. Now we dive down here. Go back up, surf across, complete another ice puzzle, and go this way. Surf and waterfall down, complete yet another ice puzzle going this way, and another ice puzzle going this way. Dive down, go through this entrance, dive back up, waterfall down a couple times, and there's the TM for Work Up. TM02 for Dragonclaw is available right after Badge 18, and it is one of the prizes for defeating Saphira in battle. So if we, I just completed the puzzle in the save file. If we make our way across these diamonds or whatever to battle Saphira, let's get this gym battle underway. And I have skipping battles configured. After defeating her, she rambles on about her motivations and life story. Okay, and she tells us that our badge and our TM is in the chest below before getting pseudo-deleted by Terra. So, if we make our way back to the chest and open it, we get the treasure badge and TM02. TM03 for Psyshock is available deep within Celestine Mountain. And just like with TM01, it's available once you've gotten Badge 12 and have received Waterfall. So once again, we'll start from Fior Mansion, and we'll enter Celestine Cascade through this entrance. And then we're gonna go up a few waterfalls until we get to the second floor, then go left and round, and dive down here. Then we will go up and to the right, and then around, and go up this dive spot, go up this waterfall to the third floor, and then complete like a strength ice puzzle of sorts. So move that boulder, move this boulder down, then go through here, move this boulder up, go back, go through here, move this boulder left, then go all the way around, and go up this way, and then we can go up this waterfall to the fourth floor. And there is TM03 for Psyshock. TM04 for Calm Mind is available once you beat Badge 14. So once you beat that gym, you now have access to Peridot Station, which you can use to get a ticket to Tourmaline Station. So we can take the train to the desert, and there are a series of steps we need to complete before we get to the TM. So step 1, if you haven't done so already, is to get access to Mirage Tower. And the way you do that is you trigger 3 oases in the desert. So in this save file I haven't done that yet, so I'm going to go do that. And as far as I can tell, there doesn't appear to be much of a consistent pattern as to where those oases appear, so you just kind of got to walk around until you find one. Although I tend to have more luck kind of walking around the left and right borders of the southern side of the desert. So this is one of those. You can see there's you can see water, you can see a bunch of trees, you can see a light shard, but once you trigger that light shard, it's gone. So it was all a mirage. And you need to trigger 3 of these for a Mirage Tower to be unlocked. So I'm just going to walk around until I can find 3 of these. Oh, there's a second one. So trigger that. That's number 2. And let me check the right border to see if there's any. Not here. Okay, maybe I'll go back to the left side. Ah, there's one. So there's the third one. So once you've triggered 3 of these oases, Mirage Tower is now unlocked, and one way you can double check that is if we go back to the start, which is here. If we go up to the end of the train tracks, move up a little bit, then go directly to the right, there are more train tracks, and you see this this sword-like structure up here. If Mirage Tower was not activated, this would not be here. So now we know Mirage Tower is activated, we can now trek over to Mirage Tower, which is in the northeast corner of the desert. So let's make our way all the way up there. Just keep going up and to the right. There's an Executor that I accidentally got in a battle with. Let's run away from that. And just keep going up. There we go. There's Mirage Tower. And we, to get to the TM, we got to climb to the top, and that involves solving a series of these puzzles where we push the stone to this light thing here. And whenever you push this stone to the right, the stone on the right side that we can't access also moves. So we want both stones to reach their corresponding lights at the same time. So this is pretty easy. We just move up and both reach at the same time. We solve this floor's puzzle. Now we can move on to the next floor. And we got to do that for all floors of the Mirage Tower. So this, you can see the lights above this one, but below that one. So we got to be a little bit creative. Move this to the right. So then when we move up, because on the right side, there's something blocking that stone, the right stone will not move up, but the stone I am pushing will. Then we go left. Both stones are now at the light source. Now, next floor. This one, I usually like to go left first. So when you try to push this left, this won't push left, but the one on the right side will. Which is a little trippy, but makes this fun. Then we bring this down. We go to the right. Bring this down some more. Move this to the right, and then down, and now both stones have reached the light. And now we can go to the next floor. This one, we'll go down first, go to the right, go up to get that stone in place, go to the right a little bit, right once more, go down, push right to get that one there, down twice, right once, and now this staircase is now available. Then next one, This one, I'm going to push this to the right twice, so that can be pushed down. Actually, I think it's better to go up first. One more. Then bring this down. Go to the right. Go down, so that one's in the right row. And then I'll move this across. So this one's one to the right of that dot, so I'll move this one to the right of this dot, then left. And now that opens this up, and this is the final puzzle. So this one's the trickiest because you gotta move this one diagonally up and to the right, but this one diagonally down and to the left. So first I want to bring the left one to the right, so keep going until it's one tile to the right of the column where it wants to go. Then go left to bring both back in line. Then bring this down, so now this stone is tucked inside a safe area where it's not going to leave that tile unless you push it up, which makes it safe for us to bring this all the way down and to the left. And I want to bring this one to the left of this column, so when I push up, it's not going to move. And since this stone is 2 tiles down and 1 tile to the left of where I want it to be, we want to move the other stone to the same relative position. So that involves pushing this up twice, or more than twice, and left once. Now, if you push this to the right and up twice, both stones reach the dot, and we can now climb to the very top. And now we're at a fake exit, because if we make our way back down, there's a lot of distortion around here, and go here. We get another room in the Mirage Tower, and there is the TM for Calm Mind. TM05 for Roar is available after you beat badge number 3, and the reason for that is that gives you access to Rock Smash outside of battle. So once you've done that, you can return to Barrel Ward, where if you go back to Corey's old gym and go to the cemetery, here there's some rocks that you can break and access Barrel Cave. And you just need to make your way through the cave. Flash would be a plus, but it's not strictly necessary to reach where we want to reach. And it's easy enough to navigate. So we just follow the path. It's mostly one linear path. So we go all the way down, and then we reach another section of the jungle. So we just keep following the path right here, and there's the TM for Roar. So TM06 for Toxic can be available as early as after badge 13 or as late as after badge 16, depending on your choices. And that all depends on during the raid of Tanzan Meteor Base, if you talk to Simon or not. So we'll make it to the back room where Simon is hanging out. This way, he's right here. So he talks about how his partner Terra has unfortunately passed away as they were getting shot down by Saphira over the lake. Yeah, and that starts the quest. Unfortunately, after you complete this segment of the game, this base gets destroyed and he's no longer there. So if you haven't talked to him then you'll have to wait until a much later moment to talk to him. And that later moment is in the glass workstation. So in this point in time, I've already beaten the glass workstation, but even if you haven't, he'll still be here. If you go to the basement first floor, that is the upper level of the basement, and walk around here, and you would need Glaceon to make this path for you. You can find him chilling here. And here he's reflecting on his time in Team Meteor and thinking back to the time that his partner Terra got shot down. And then he goes away. Regardless of whether you talk to him here or in the earlier base, the next place you will find him is Barrel Ward Cemetery. So let's go fly there. Right here, he decides to create a stone for Terra. And he decides to just resign from Team Meteor fully. And he tells us that we'll find him in Peridot Ward. So let's go to his house. Right here. We'll talk to him. And he says that all that's left of Terra is her body at the bottom of Tanzan Lake. So let's go find it. So, if we go back to Tanzan Cove and go back to the lake and dive down, on the left side of it, you'll find her body, but the ID tag is missing, so we have no way to confirm that it's hers. So, now that we've searched her body, we can talk to this fisherman, and he becomes terrified of us because we tell him of our adventure looting bodies, and that's a bit scary for him. But gives us a super rod anyway, and is willing to help us out. So the next step is we gotta use the super rod, and we need to fish up 3 Whiscash, because it is, I believe it's guaranteed that the 3rd Whiscash that you fish up will contain the ID tag that was missing from Terra's body. So we fished up 1 of the Whiscash, we have him dissect it, and he finds nothing. So we need to do that 2 more times in order to continue the quest. And this is a bit tedious because it's not guaranteed that you will fish up a Whiscash, so we just gotta keep trying until we get Whiscash. Oh, I was a little slow there. No dice. Nope. Let's keep going. Oop. Ooh, shiny love disc. That's pretty cool. But that's not a Whiscash. Oh, 2nd time in a row. Oh, come on. Alright, there's a Whiscash, so that's the 2nd one. Let's catch it. We need to do that 1 more time. Alright, let's go. Let's catch that one. Alright, and we'll have him dissect this one. Nothing. And this should be the one. And we get Terra's missing ID tag. So now let's return back to Peridot Ward to tell Simon of the news. And it happens to be the same last name as Simon. It's a bit unfortunate, but as a thank you, he gives us the TM for Toxic. TM07 for Hail is available as soon as you have access to the Lapis Ward. That's somewhere between badges 2 and 3. And this is actually pretty simple. All you need to do is navigate over to the Pokemart, talk to this cultist, and they will give you Hail. TM08 for Bulk Up is available as soon as you beat badge 14 because that gives you access to the desert. And the way to get there is first we could take the train to the desert. And TM08 is just lying around in the desert near the northwest corner. So once we get there, we just need to make our way over there. So we'll just keep going up and to the left. And once we see these train tracks, we can just keep going, following the tracks. So at one point we can veer off. And right here, there's a hidden trainer here with a tricky strategy. And there's the TM for Bulk Up. TM09 for Venoshock is available as soon as you have access to the Wasteland, which is somewhere between badge 4 and 5. I am coming from Obsidia, so the first step would be to head over to the Wasteland. And TM09 is buried somewhere within a cave inside Bigspician Wasteland. So the first step into accessing that cave is to unlock a certain cave entrance, and that's required, to do that, it's required to turn 5 of these blue vats you see on the right red. They are scattered all over the Wasteland. So the first one, if you jump off that ledge, rock smash, potentially get into a battle, and go here, that's the first vat we can access. So we just turn that red and do that 4 more times for 4 other vats. Now I'm gonna go head back and look for the second one. Go here again, this time swing down to the right, and there's another one off this ledge right here. I'll go back around. There's one right here. Yeah, and this is what we're trying to unlock, by the way. Then we make our way toward the hideout. There's one right by the hideout, right here. And there's one on the way back. Right here. So once all 5 of these has turned red, this entrance should now be open, and we can go into Bigspician Grotto. And then just go through a series of dark caves. This would be better with Flash, but it's pretty linear, so not that big of a deal. Go through here. Make our way all the way through this tunnel network into this cave right here. Then in this cave, we gotta turn these 2 blue vats red to open up the cave entrance up here. Then go to the rightmost entrance. Battle this Pulse Garbodor, Mr. Bigglesworth, and I have battles turned off, so I'm just skipping through it, but you would battle him. And right here is the TM for Venoshock. TM10 for Hidden Power is given as the prize after beating Noelle, that is Gym 7, in battle. So once you reach that point of the story, simply complete this gym fight right outside Belrose Manse, and I have battles skipped. And as a prize for beating him, we get the standard badge and the TM for hidden power. And due to the placement of this battle, just in the story, immediately after the battle, we get more lore about the Belrose family. And they sit down inside, and that's TM10. TM11 for Sunny Day and TM18 for Rain Dance are both available as soon as you have access to 7th Street, which happens somewhere between Badge 8 and 9. And in order to do so, you do need to have completed a series of quests, either joining the Aqua or the Magma gang. I'm going to get both of these TMs at the same time because you get both of them during the same line of quests. But the directions are a little bit different depending on whether you join the Aqua or Magma gang, so I'm going to show what to do if you join the Aqua gang first. So the first step, if you haven't done so already, is as a follow-up to a previous quest involving the gang. We go back to Crodberry's house, and she's going to rightfully accuse us of stealing her Pokemon. But the police officer doesn't believe her because we've been nice to him in the past. But regardless, when we leave, as an apology, the police officer will give us a bike voucher, which we can use to get a bike if we want. But we don't need to do that to get the TM, so let's just continue onward. So to get to 7th Street, if you join the Aqua gang, we need to enter this building in the top left corner. And that gives us access to the elevator that takes us down to 7th Street. And the next step is to go to the bottom right corner, where Crodberry is talking to someone who's selling Pokemon. Very meanly. And Archer, the Aqua gang leader, is not really pleased with her behavior, so we're going to help him get revenge. So let's go back to our house. So back up to Lapis. And all ours, so we'll battle her. And we threaten her, give her what she deserves. And as a reward, Archer is going to give us the TM for Rain Dance. Now to get the TM for Sunny Day, all we'd have to do is go back down to 7th Street. Go to the bottom right where there's this cave here. And we find Maxwell, leader of Team Magma, the Magma gang. And he's going to try to reclaim his fame, but we're still going to shut him up. And just as a gift, we get the TM for Sunny Day. Now, if you join the Magma gang instead, the directions for getting Sunny Day and Rain Dance, TMs 11 and 18, are effectively the inverse of what was the case for the Aqua gang. So, once again, you need access to 7th Street. And if you haven't done so already, we're going to go through this cutscene where Crodberry accuses us, rightfully so. And we'll get the bike voucher and check this off our list. And because we joined Team Magma, the entrance to 7th Street is here instead. So we'll go in, take the elevator down. And then we'll go up a little bit here and see this cutscene again. And this time Maxwell will be the one not okay with Crodberry talking like that. So we'll go to her house and teach her a lesson. So up to Lapis Ward. And we'll battle her. And we'll have this scene again. And then, as our reward, Maxwell will give us the TM for Sunny Day. And after we've completed this, to get the TM for Rain Dance, we just gotta find Archer in 7th Street. Go back down. Go into this cave right here. And we'll defeat him in battle one last time. And once again, I have battle skipped. And as a farewell gift, he gives us the TM for Rain Dance. So TM12, the TM for Taunt, is available shortly after acquiring Badge 5, specifically when you get Strength. Once you've done that, and I'm starting from Obsidia, you can head back to the Wasteland. And just like with Venoshock, it is buried deep within the Wasteland. So the first step is the same for getting Venoshock. It's there are a few of those blue vats around the Wasteland. There are 5 of them that are blue, and you have to turn them red if you have not done so. And that is to unlock a certain door somewhere in the Wasteland. So the first one is back here. So just interact with it to turn it red. Then we can go back around. That's 1. There are 4 more. Second one is to the right. If we jump off this ledge, there it is. Then we'll go back around, go around here. There's the third one. Yeah, and it's to unlock this door right here. For the fourth one, we gotta go towards the Wasteland hideout. Up here. And the last one is on the way back. So off this ledge, and interact with this. Then we go inside, and go into Big Spician Grotto, and just follow the linear path forward. Through a series of tunnels. Okay, we go in here. And here you see this blue vat here. What you want to do is you want to walk behind it. And it just so happens that if you are behind it in the place where you cannot see yourself and move up, there happens to be a hidden cave there. So we continue through this path. Eventually we'll go back outside, go down, go inside, go up this ladder, then go back down. You end up in a different place for some reason. Then you use strength to push this boulder out of the way. Then hidden behind this statue structure here, there's a ledge that you can jump off, and then push this strength boulder to the left, and then go up and around. And now you're here, go down here, and there's the TM for Taunt. TM13, the TM for Ice Beam, is available after Badge 16 after you've completed the events of the Battle of a Gate. Once you've done so, you also need to have caught 300 Pokemon in your Pokedex. Once you've done so, you can go up to Bee's house here and talk to her. And she introduces herself as a Pokedex enthusiast and gives you a reward for every 100 Pokemon that you own. So there are different rewards for every 100 Pokemon, and the TM for Ice Beam would be the reward if you have 300 Pokemon in your possession. TM14 Blizzard is available after badge 17, and in order to get it, you need to have completed all of the quests necessary to get all department store stickers. Once you've done that, you can return to Obsidia Ward and go back to the department store, where after you have all the department store stickers, you can go up to the penthouse. And here, you need a lemonade. If you have one on you, great. If not, you can buy one from these vending machines. But then you can talk to this kid right here, hand him the lemonade, and he will give you the TM for Blizzard in return. TM15, that is Hyper Beam, is available after badge 13 when you can fly back to Neo Reborn City. So the first step for this quest, if you haven't done so, is to go to 7th Street and spend a bunch of shards buying out all the Pokemon in the person's shop at the bottom right corner. You need a total of 11 purple shards, 12 blue shards, 12 red shards, and 16 green shards to accomplish this. And one way to get all those shards is through mining a bunch of rocks. So once you have all those shards, you can just go through and buy all of these Pokemon off the black market. And they were originally stolen from a scam daycare center, and they ended up here. Once you bought a few of these, you can trigger a cutscene with DJ Arclight. And he's considering trying to help get those Pokemon back to their original owners, but the first step is to buy everyone. Keep doing that for all the Pokemon here. Alright, and that's everyone. We go back, and Arclight congratulates us and thanks us by giving us a lucky egg. So that's the first step. Now we can return to Lapis Ward, and I joined the Aqua gang, so my elevator's here, but if you join the Magma gang, the elevator will be in the bottom left corner. We can find DJ Arclight in the nightclub. So we can talk to him now, and he figured out 5 of the owners of the Pokemon. And we need to start the quest of returning the Pokemon to their original owners. And there are a bunch of steps necessary before we can get to the TM. First step, we can fly over to Paradox. And let me actually get the Jigglypuff and Loudred into my party first. So if we go here to this alley, I talk to this guy here. Really puts up an aggressive front, but really he's friendly on the inside. And he wants his Jigglypuff, but he doesn't want to have Jigglypuff return to him in front of those other guys, so we're battling him to put up the ruse, and then we're going to start the next part of the quest before he can get his Jigglypuff back. So if we go to Jasper Ward and go into this house right here, we can return the Loudred to her, and she's a little unhappy about having Loudred back because she was sleeping really well. Yep. But we have a Jigglypuff that can help cancel out Loudred's noise for her. So as a temporary solution, she can hold on to the Jigglypuff and help fall asleep. And she wants really good headphones in order to return the Jigglypuff to that guy. But luckily, there's a student at a Poffle who has really good headphones. For the next step, I'm gonna take Roggenrola and Makuhita into my party. Walk into here. And we attempt to give her her Roggenrola back. But instead of that, she apparently wants DJ Arclight's autograph more, so we gotta fly back to the nightclub, ask Arclight for his autograph, and then return to Poffle to deliver that to her. Okay, and talk to her again to give her her Pokemon back, and talk to her again once more to ask for her headphones, but she's only going to part with them if she gets an autograph from Master McCreasy. And where do we find Master McCreasy? Well, he's in Spinel Town, and it just so happens the Roggenrola we're holding is also his. So he's on vacation right now, he doesn't do autographs off the clock, but maybe he'll give us an exception if we give him his lost Pokemon back. So now we got Roggenrola back. We'll talk to him again, and we're gonna get the autograph that Felicia wants. But instead of delivering that to her, let's talk to him once more and battle him. And I'm skipping that just because I have that configured. And as a prize, he gives us the TM for Hyper Beam. TM16, the TM for Light Screen, is also available shortly after acquiring Badge 13 and getting access to Neo Reborn City. Now, to get Light Screen, you'd want to fly to a Poffle Academy. And if you go to the right here and surf a little up and around, you can access this tiny piece of land right here. Surf again, go through this piece of land, and there's this 4-tile dive spot right here. We dive down, go around this spiral, and buried underwater is the TM for Light Screen. TM17, the TM for Protect, is available as soon as you have access to North Obsidia Ward. That happens somewhere between Badge 2 and 3. And if you're getting this pre-Badge 13, then you would need to set your clock to some time between 8 PM and 4 AM, because the nightclub, where you get the TM from, is only open during those hours. Post-Badge 13, it doesn't matter what time it is. So once you've met those prerequisites, we can head over to the North Obsidia Ward and go this way to the nightclub. We just walk through these doors. The TM for Protect is right here. TM19, the TM for Roost, is available after Badge 14 once you've completed all the required parts of the desert. So I am starting from the scrapyard, and the TM is somewhere nearby. So first we gotta head towards Titania's gym, which is this way. But we're gonna walk past it to return back to the train puzzle section of the scrapyard. And if you haven't done so yet, which I have not, first we gotta move this train out of the way. So bring that down, and then we'll go back up to find the TM right here. And there it is. TM20 Safeguard is available after Badge 2, pretty much as soon as you have access to the Barrel Ward. Once you've done so, you want to make your way over to the library, which coming from this point would be this way. And we have to go a little bit into the jungle to get there. So walk around, Go through here, go through this ruined building, and into the library. Once you're there, you just walk in, go up the stairs, climb onto the shelf here, go across, and there's the TM for Safeguard. You can get TM21 Frustration pretty much as soon as you get access to the Lapis ward, which is somewhere between badges 2 and 3. Once you've done so, you can go up to this house right here, where there's a guy banging his head against the wall, ranting about the level cap. And I guess just for hearing him out, we get the TM for Frustration. TM22 for Solar Beam can be found on the 9th floor of the Obsidian department store, and you can only reach that point after you have at least 8 department store stickers. So you need to have completed a bunch of department store side quests to reach that point. And you're only able to get 8 stickers and regain access to the Obsidian ward after badge 13. So once you've done so, you can head over to the Obsidian department store here and take the elevator up to floor 9. From here, talk to the right counter, and we can buy TM22 for the price of 15,000 Poké Dollars. TM23 for SmackDown is available shortly after badge 7, and is available pretty much as soon as you have access to the Adventure Iron Woods. And I'm going to be starting from the Tanzan Mountain exit. You also need at least 1 thing of honey to complete this quest. So first we'll make our way up towards Route 1, less so. And then when we make it to the top here, we'll go down 1 ledge and go up into this entrance. Now here you'll see that there's a log in the way, so to get that out of the way, what we need to do is talk to this Tauros and defeat it in battle. So I'm going to do so with a few Hydro Pumps. Okay, and then Bouffalant will charge forward and move this log out of the way for us. Now we need to get up that ledge, and to do that we would need to ride a Tauros. And for a Tauros to do that for us, we need to defeat this Bouffalant in battle. So let's go do that. Okay, and Tauros lets us ride it. And now we can ride it up this ledge. We can dismount here. And here is a tree that we can slather honey on, and that will cause a pincer and Heracross to come. And we want to defeat the pincer in battle to get the Heracross to move that web out of the way for us. So Heracross does that, and now we need to go back because we need to go up this ledge. We need to go back and find another Tauros to ride. So let's talk to this Bouffalant here to defeat it. Come on. To Aqua Tail. Okay. Now we can ride the Tauros. And this is going to take us to another entrance of Celestine Mountain. So we can dismount here, go through here, and now we're in the basement of the ice cave. Now we just got an ice puzzle to solve. We'll do so as such. Then we go around and up here, and there's the TM for SmackDown. TM24 for Thunderbolt is available after badge 16, after you complete the events of the Glass Workstation. You can then fly back to the North Obsidian ward here, and go into this not Devon building, and use the ID card that you used to enter the atrium. That opens an area down below, and you can solve a magic square puzzle that brings you 3 prizes, one of which is the TM for Thunderbolt. And there are 2 versions of this puzzle. I go over it in more detail in another video, but I'm just going to solve the version I have real quick. So I'll bring the 5s to the center, and let's move the 8 into position. Then I need a 9 where the 4 is, so I'll move row 2 to the right, move the 9 up, move row 2 back. And looks like the left half is solved. Now I gotta do the right half. First I'm gonna move the 7 right 1 tile, so let's do that without messing up the left half. Move that up, move this left, move this, move column 1 down, move this to the right. Okay, now I'm gonna move column 1 down just to get that up to speed. I'm gonna move the 2 to the right side. Okay, then move this down, and that does it. So after solving the puzzle, the middle prize is the TM for Thunderbolt. TM25 for Thunder, just like with Blizzard, is available once you have completed the quests for all department store stickers, and that can only be the case after badge 17. Once you've done so, you can return to the Obsidian Ward here and re-enter the department store, and with all the stickers you should have access to the penthouse. So from here you can buy a fresh water, or if you already have one on you, great, and talk to this guy right here. If you give him the fresh water, he'll reward you with a TM for Thunder. TM26 for Earthquake is available after badge 16. The reason for this is you need eggs for all 21 starter Pokemon in order to proceed with the quest necessary to acquire this TM. And the latest starter Pokemon is available after badge 16. I have another video where I go over how to get each starter Pokemon, so feel free to check that out. Once you have done that and bred all the starter Pokemon, and have eggs for each of them, you can head over to the Grand Hall in Opal Ward and access the basement area of Grand Hall to donate the starter Pokemon. So the first step is, if you haven't done so, you need to donate to one of the projects. So I'm just going to do Affordable Living in Obsidia, and that gives you access to the basement. So we head down to this room over here, where there's the starter Pokemon storage. And that's where they store the starter Pokemon to hand out to new trainers. And since there's been a lot of new trainers lately, they need eggs for the starter Pokemon, because they have a shortage currently. So I have a bunch of eggs just in the PC, so I'm just going to withdraw them and give it to them one at a time. So talk to them. Yes. First we'll just start with Bulbasaur. Charmander. Squirtle. So that's Gen 1. And we get some disc for every 3 eggs that we give. So there's a Chikorita egg. Cyndaquil egg, and let's withdraw some more. Let's draw 5 more. A little tedious because we can only fit 5 in our party at a time. Got Totodile. Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, and then starting off Gen 3, or excuse me, Gen 4 with Turtwig. Then let's keep withdrawing. Five more. A Chimchar. Got Piplup. That's Gen 4. Now onward to Gen 5. Got Snivy. Misclick. Next up is Tepig. Oshawott. There's Gen 5. Almost there. 2 more generations. We'll withdraw. 5 more eggs. Get Chespin. Fennekin. Froakie. And Rowlet. Litten. And then last but not least, Popplio. And now that we've given eggs for all 21 starter Pokemon, we get the TM for Earthquake along with 2 other prizes. TM27, the TM for Return, is available shortly after acquiring Badge 13 and regaining access to Reborn City. To get to Return, first you want a Pokemon with Super Luck first in your party. So I have an Absol whose ability is Super Luck. Next, we want to make our way over to Black Steam Shelter. That's where Black Steam Factory used to be. And walk in here and go into this room right here. And if we talk to this guy, he'll offer to make a bet, heads or tails, for 1,000 Pokédollars on the line. We agree, and let's just bet heads, and we are correct. So if we have a Pokemon with Super Luck first in our party, our bet will always be correct, regardless of what we actually guess. So I'm just going to keep guessing heads, and I'm going to keep winning. And on the 5th bet, he's going to run out of money. And he's going to settle it by selling the TM for Return for all the cash that we took from him. And that's how we get Return. TM28, that's Leech Life, is available as soon as you get Rock Climb. That is shortly after Badge 16. Once you get Rock Climb, you can return to Fior Mansion and make your way down. We just have to Rock Climb this spot right here, and there's Leech Life. TM29 Psychic is available to grab in the glass workstation once you have access to this building, which is between badges 16 and 17. And it's available the moment you free Espeon from the cage. So once I unlock this cage, Espeon can help move some glass around that can help us access this TM. So let's leave and move this piece of glass back. And now to get to the TM, we gotta move this up, move this left, move this down, go around, move this up, and then go through here back to the room where we got the key that originally contained, or the room that originally contained Espeon's cage key. Now we just gotta move this glass around as such, and right here is a TM for Psychic. And if you didn't pick this up before the events of the glass workstation ended, at some point in the post-game, all of the glass in this building will get cleaned up and you can access it then. TM30 for Shadow Ball is available after you acquire Badge 13, that gives you access to Neo Reborn City, and you have to have completed the events at Devon in order to proceed with this quest. Once that's complete, you can first head over to Apophel, where we're gonna surf in the lake to look for a lost diamond ring. So to do that, there's some really high level Mantine here. We first go up through this tiny little patch of water to the right of Apophel Cave. Keep going through this little area and until we reach Peridot Ward. Right here, there's this little path here, little opening that enters this area. Then we go as far southwest as we can, dive down, go down into this house right here. And you'll see something shiny on the ground here, and that's where we can pick up the diamond ring. So once we've done that, we can resurface and then fly over to Jasper Ward to return the diamond ring to its owner in this house. So we could talk to her, and she talks about how she had a little misunderstanding with her fiance and decided to just hurl the ring in the lake, but luckily we found it, so that's awesome. And in exchange, she gives us this classified information that she doesn't really know anything about. That we can bring down to the Peridot Ward, to this building right here, and we get stopped by an officer who battles us. And surprise, it's Looker. And they decide it's okay, we just hand over the classified information. And in return, they gave us the pink pearl, which the officer found when searching. And the pearl we can bring over to the Coral Ward, where in this building right here, there's a trainer whose Spoink lost their pearl. But luckily, we found the pearl, so they give us this crystal ball that they've been using as a replacement. We can then bring the crystal ball over to Jasper Ward, where we can bring it to this house here, guarded by two self-proclaimed guardians, so we'd have to battle them first, which I'm going to skip over. And then we walk in, we go up the stairs, and bring this crystal ball to this person right here. And she is born with the ability to know things in the future, so she can interpret our future with the crystal ball. But in return for giving the crystal ball, she gives us this R key. Who knows what that's for? And this is not required to complete the quest, but I think I'll show this just because of how hidden it is, but it is some pretty cool lore details. So if we have our fortune red, she sees in our future a future we don't exist, that's interesting. Did we die or something? But there were never any traces of me existing, so maybe it's not our future. Which is a little weird, but just telling the story of this, the ward is still garnished with a deadly flora that references the pulse Tangrowth. A boy with a beaded tooth necklace, so Fern, stepped forward to destroy the chaos. So in a world where we did not exist, Fern was the one to destroy the chaos here. And he makes a lot of friends, so Arclight, Cal, Anna, and a taciturn woman, that person being Yuffie. And together, they do a lot to try to help out Reborn, but Spiked Bracelet splinter in the fissure below, all heck breaks loose. Azure Hair, Cal is re-dyed red, and the enemy of his own blood being Blake, potentially being the one to kill him. And all hope on Fern has broken apart, but Anna decides to make a wish. And from there, Yuffie disappears, he being the necessary sacrifice to make the wish come true, and the future follows shortly thereafter. We don't know what it is, but we know through further analysis of other points that that is about the previous timeline where we originally died on the train. But anyway, back to the quest. Now that we have the R key, we fly over to Peridot, where we can return that to Black Steam Shelter, where Black Steam Factory used to be. We gotta go to the basement, where we can find Randall, the guy who was chilling in the cell with us back at Sub-7 Sanctum. And he's talking about how he's living in the shelter right now because he lost the key to his house. And Klefki's, he's been trying to rely on Klefki to get the key, but hasn't had luck so far. But turns out we got the key. And in return, he gives us his Clef key. And it has just so happens that Clef key is holding a Sanctum key. So, what if we use that key in the Sub-7 Sanctum? So to get there, we can fly over to the Lapis Ward and enter 7th Street to access the Sanctum using whatever entrance is in your save file. And then go over to the Sub-7 Sanctum. And go down a floor. To the left side, this previously locked area opens up. And now there's 6 Arceus statues with colors green, red, purple, yellow, blue, white. We have to remember the order of these colors in order to unlock some room later on. So green, red, purple, yellow, blue, white. Once we've either committed that to memory or written that down, we can proceed with the next step of this operation. So once we go outside, the next step is to fly over to Obsidia Ward, where first step is to go into Devon and return to the top floor of it. So now that Arclight isn't there to change the panels for us, right now the game just auto changes the panels every certain amount of time. So the way to get through that without taking damage would be to kind of just go through one tile at a time patiently until you reach the other side. Just to save time though, I'm just going to go through. But if you didn't want to take any damage, that's how you would get across. I'm going to heal my party, and then you get into a battle here. And from here, you can pick up the Devon Scope model. Once you've picked that up, we can then go back down. And bring the model over to Silphco. And the person here is talking about how there's been a lot of Kecleon in the Barrel Ward. Which is unfortunate that they couldn't do anything about it right now. But if they had the Devon Scope, maybe that can help. So let's hand over the Devon Scope model to her so she can reverse engineer it. and bring us the Sylvan Scope, and that'll let us see Kecleon. And finally, we have the Sylvan Scope, we have the 6 colors, we can finally go to the building that contains TM30, which is the Barrel Ward Library. So we can make our way there, enter, and if we go into this room on the first floor, we can't because there's a Kecleon blocking the way. We can use the Sylvan Scope, defeat that Kecleon. And then once we do that, we can walk in. And remember the 6 colors, green, red, purple, yellow, blue, white. Now we just need to interact with these colored books in the same order. So green, red, purple, yellow, blue, white. That opens a hidden room in the back where finally we get the TM for Shadow Ball. TM31 for Brick Break is available as soon as you acquire Badge 10, because that is one of the prizes for defeating Samson in battle. So once you reach this point in the story, just enter the circus back room to challenge him. And you do need a battle pass to do this. And to skip this, one defeat later, we are the victor, and we win the Strike Badge and the TM for Brick Break. TM32 for Double Team is available somewhere between badges 5 and 6 as soon as you have access to Chrysolia Forest. So I'm starting at the Spinel Town entrance, but you don't technically need to have even entered Spinel Town before acquiring this TM. But once you're in Chrysolia Forest, you want to navigate to the bottom right corner of it, which would be this path from the Spinel Town entrance. And there's a tree right here, but if you walk right up to it, it'll disappear. And there's a path to a cave called the Lost Rail Cave. From here, there's usually going to be 3 rocks in every room, and you want to find the entrance that has the 2 rocks closest to it. So in this case, because there are 2 rocks really close to the left entrance, you want to go left. And you just want to keep doing that over and over again. So this way, this way, this way. Here we'd go down, and then left. And right here, in this room, is the TM for Double Team. TM33 Reflect is available after you acquired Badge 13 and regain access to Reborn City. Once you've done so, to get to this TM, what you want to do first is fly over to Barrel Ward and head over to the Rhodocrine Jungle. That's because this TM can be found somewhere in the Underroot. So if we go into this top entrance right here, and go this way to the Underroot, there's an entrance here. Then we make our way down just a little bit, left behind this waterfall, and into this cage right here is the TM for Reflect. And technically you could reach this cage at earlier points of the game, but the TM won't show up until after Badge 13. And TM34, Sludge Wave, is available right after acquiring Badge number 5 as the prize for defeating Aya. So in this save file, I'm about to start my gym battle, and let's go through this scene. And then after defeating her, Fern decides to be not the nicest person. And we learn about how I had never really wanted to be a gym leader to begin with. And after this plays out, we get the Blight badge and the TM for Sludge Wave. And you get TM35 for Flamethrower as the prize for beating Charlotte, that is gym number 11. So I'm about to fight her in the Calcinon gym. Some lore about her past. Then after the battle, we get the Cinder badge and the TM for Flamethrower. TM36 Sludge Bomb is available after getting your 14th badge and gaining access to Tourmaline Desert. Once you've done so, you can just head over to the Peridot Station and take the train over the desert from here. Once you arrive at the desert, the first thing you want to do is check that Mirage Tower is not activated. If this is your first time at the desert, then that will definitely be the case, but the way you can go check is head over to this area right here, and here, because this sword statue structure is here, that means Mirage Tower is activated. If you don't see that here, then it's deactivated and you can proceed to head over to the TM. But since Mirage Tower is activated right now for me, what I need to go do is deactivate it. And I can do that by finding one of the oases in the desert. And the location might not be consistent, but this is where it is in my save file. Just kind of walk around the left and right sides of the southern part of the desert until you find one. So once I activate this oasis, and go back to those train tracks here, you can see this statue-like structure that was previously here is gone. So now that we know Mirage Tower is deactivated, let's go to the northeast corner of the desert where Mirage Tower would be. And just keep going up and to the right. This direction. And there's the entrance to Mirage Tower, or where it would be if it were activated. And here, sitting right here, is a TM for Sludge Bomb. TM37 for Sandstorm is available once you acquire the TMX for Strength, which happens shortly after Badge 5. Once you've done so, you want to head back to the Apophel Island, and I'm starting from the Academy entrance, but you want to make your way over to Pyrus Mountain. That's where you can find TM37. So once you go in, you want to head down this ladder here, and check to see if there's lava here. If there is lava, then what you want to do is go down here and rock smash this to clear that lava. So we go back, now the lava's gone. Now we walk across, move this strength boulder out of the way, and there's the TM for Sandstorm. You can get TM38 for Fire Blast once you have completed all of the quests necessary to get all of the department store stickers. And this only becomes possible after badge number 17. Once you've done so, you can head over to the Obsidia Ward and head over to the top floor of the department store. We'll take the elevator up to the penthouse. From here, if you have a soda pop on you, great. Otherwise, we could just buy one from this machine. And then talk to this kid here. Give him the soda pop, and he will give the TM for Fire Blast in return. TM39 for Rock Tomb becomes available as soon as you have Surf, which is shortly after badge number 10. Once you've done so, you can head over to Fior Mansion in the Celestine Cascade and head down to that waterfall. And we'll surf to the left, across. And if you keep going, here you'll find a clown with what looks like a Megastone behind them. But talk to them, and we'll take on this definitely legitimate challenge. And that involves battling, and that I'm skipping over, but after the battle, we get a prize, which is a full heal. Yay! But obviously we want that quote-unquote Megastone, right? So we'll talk to him again. Yes, we're not satisfied. And he misinterprets that. I'll talk to him again. So no, we are not satisfied. Once again, he misinterprets that. And we just keep persisting, and finally, he'll reveal that that is not a Megastone, and he just did that to try to get people to talk to him. But to let him off the hook, he'll give us the TM for Rock 2. TM40 for Aerial Ace is available shortly after getting Badge 7 by beating Noelle. As soon as you have access to Route 1 and the Adventurine Woods. Once you've done so, the first thing you want to do if you haven't already is you need 10 honeys to get to this TM. And the flower shop in the Lapis Ward sells honeys. So starting from the Lapis Ward Pokemon Center, if you go here, to the left here is the entrance to the flower shop. And if you talk to this person, you can buy honey. So let's buy 10 of them. And once you've done so, you can make the trek over to the South Adventurine Woods, and I'll skip to when I reach that point. Okay, I just reached South Adventurine Woods, coming in from the Tanzan Mountain exit. TM40 is somewhere in the Adventurine Woods, but involves solving a series of puzzles involving Bouffalant, Tauros, Heracross, and Pinsir to get there. So the first step here is you want to get this log out of the way, and to do that, there's this tree that looks a little different from the rest of them. So you can use the honey you bought to spread onto the tree, and that'll attract a Pinsir and a Heracross. And the Pinsir is the Pokemon that would crush that log for us. So we just go ahead and defeat this Heracross in battle. Okay, the Hail should take it out. That Pinsir, as thanks, will crush that log for us. Okay, and now we gotta do that a bunch more times. So next step, we want to go up to Route 1. And we want to clear a few obstacles to the east of us. The first thing we want to do is, in order to head east, there is this log in the way, and there's this Bouffalant that's facing the log. So if we go battle the Tauros that the Bouffalant is facing, then once we defeat the Tauros, Bouffalant will go forward and push that log out of the way. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, Bouffalant will charge forward, and now this log is out of the way. And that doesn't really quite fully solve our problem though, because we want to go east a little bit more. And here, there are a bunch of ledges in the way that we can't climb up. But it just so happens that if we defeat any Bouffalant, the reward for helping out Tauros would be Tauros will let us ride on its back. And Tauros is capable of jumping up ledges. So let's do that. Tauros will let us ride on its back. And then let's go up to the right just a bit more. And into this entrance right here. So let's go in. But there's this log in the way. So easy solution. We see this Bouffalant is facing that log. So let's defeat the Tauros that it's battling. Okay, Bouffalant charges toward that log, and now it's out of the way, we can proceed. About the caveat with Tauros is it can't really go into tall grass, so we have to dismount it. But we walk through the tall grass right here. There's another special looking tree, and there's another log we want to try to get out of the way. So let's slather some honey on that and defeat this Heracross to get that pincer to crush that log. Perfect. Now that log is out of the way. Now we want to go back to the entrance and go a little bit to the right. So if we go through here, there's a short trek through this path. And head over this way. There's another entrance to the woods here. And there's another log that's in the way, so find the Buffalant that's facing it, and defeat the Tauros that it's battling. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay, now the Buffalant will charge and push that log out of the way. Now if we go this way, through this tall grass, there's a spider web in the way, and a log in the way. Now to get rid of the spider webs, we first want to put honey on this tree, and Heracross is the Pokemon that will help get rid of the spider webs for us. So defeat this pincer to get rid of that spider web. Do an Aqua Tail. Come on, stop missing. Okay, there we go. So the Heracross, as a thank you, will get that web out of the way. Now we also want the log out of the way, so let's slather more honey on this tree, and this time defeat the Heracross, so the pincer will get that log out of the way. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So that covers all the obstacles that we need out of the way on the right side, but there are a bunch on the left that we need to take care of. So let's trek over there. We'll take this path, and we want to first go into the entrance immediately to the left of where we first entered Route 1. So that would be... this is where we came in, so we want to go just to the left of that. And in this entrance, there's a log in the way. So this is the Buffalant facing it. Let's defeat the Tauros it's fighting. Perfect. Buffalant charges and moves the log for us. Unfortunately, it's still in our way. It was only moved just a little bit, but the log needs to be in this position because, as you can see to the right, there's a tree there, and the log needs to be close enough so a future pincer can get rid of it. But for now, that's all we can do there. Let's go to the left 2 exits, so 1, 2. This one right here. There's another log in the way, so let's get it out of the way. That's by defeating this Tauros. Okay, Buffalant will charge forward, and now that should be out of the way, but now there's a ledge in the way, so we know how to handle that. We need to find another pair and defeat the Buffalant so Tauros can bring us up that ledge. Okay, so now we're riding the Tauros. Let's go this way. And up this ledge. Now we go down, and we have to dismount because there's tall grass. And keep going here. There's that web in the way that we want to get rid of, so slather honey on this tree, and defeat the pincer. Okay, the web is out of our way now, so we can proceed. And the next step is we need to get up this ledge, which requires a Tauros. But in this section, all the Tauros Buffalant pairs fighting are gone. And that's no fun. We need them to be fighting for them to help us. So you could just go to this flower to reset that. So now, let's defeat this Buffalant so we can ride a Tauros. Perfect. So we ride the Tauros, go back into this entrance, and go up this ledge. And dismount, go through this tall grass. And right here, there's another tree. We can put honey on it and defeat the pincer so Heracross can get that web out of the way. Perfect. Okay. And the next step, we want to go up this ledge right below us, but we need a Tauros for that, so let's go back and get another Tauros to ride. Perfect. Okay, now let's ride this Tauros up here, and up this ledge. Dismount, go through this tall grass, and we need this log out of the way. So put some honey on that, defeat the Heracross. Nice, one-hit KO. So the log is crushed. Now we want to go up this ledge, so let's go back, find another Tauros. Both pairs are have already finished fighting, so let's reset that. And go back and defeat this Buffalant. Okay, ride this Tauros down into this entrance, down this way, up that ledge, and up this ledge, and let's dismount. If we go this way and go through this tall grass here, we can slap the honey on this tree. And there's that log that to the left that Buffalant previously pushed. So now we just gotta finish the job by having Pincer crush it. Okay, so that log is now out of the way. So now we could ride a Tauros through here. So let's go do that. So we can defeat this Buffalant. Let's ride the Tauros. Let's go down this way. Go down, up this ledge, slather some honey here, and defeat the pincer so we can get that web out of the way. Nice. So the web's out of the way, and luckily since we're still riding the Tauros, we can just keep going. Now go this way, and there's this log in the way, so go up that ledge, spread some honey there, defeat the Heracross. Okay, get that log out of the way, and then we'll keep going. So up this ledge, go through here, go down this ledge, go around, go back down, go up this ledge, and up this ledge. Now, if we dismount, go through this small section of tall grass, right here, finally, is the TM for Aerial Ace. TM41 for Torment is available as soon as you have access to the Lapis Ward, which is sometime between Badge 2 and 3. Now, it's only available this early, though, if you decide to join the Aqua Gang. So the first step would be to go ahead and do that. The Aqua Gang hideout is right here. So first, if you talk to them, they'll warn you and tell you to probably leave, but if you're persistent, they'll let you in if you defeat them in battle. So let's do that. And after you gain their respect, they will let you in. So let's go into their hideout, and right here is the TM for Torment. Now if you wanted to join the Magma gang instead, then you have to wait until after Badge 3 in order to get Torment. So once again, I'm starting in Lapis Ward, and the first step, if you haven't done so already, is to go join the Magma gang. And their hideout is over in the North Obsidia Ward, right behind this building here. So talk to them. First, they'll warn you against entering, but if you express your interest and prove your worth with a battle, they will let you in. Once you walk in, you could talk to the leader Maxwell. He will tell you about the Magma gang. And how much they hate the Aqua gang. And let's join them in their our first move. So they tell us to meet at a certain house in the Lapis Ward, which is this one right here. This one. Talk to Maxwell. They'll tell you the plan. And this is one side quest that you need to get out of the way before you can get Torment. So we'll meet them at Miss Crodberry house, which is this one right here, and steal one of her Pokemon. But the Aqua gang's there, so we're gonna help get them out of the way and go and steal her Buizel. And now the Magma gang will disengage, and let's return back to base to report to Maxwell. Right over here. So this is awesome. They're going to let us keep that Buizel. And now that that quest is out of the way, we talk to him again. And there's a new mission. And that mission is to go into the Aqua gang hideout and storm them out. So let's go there. Their hideout is in the Lapis Ward. Right here. Talk to them, battle them to create a diversion, and that lets the Magma gang in. And now we can get into their hideout, and let's completely ignore the rest of this quest and get the TM for Torment right here. TM42 Facade is available as soon as you have access to Onyx Academy, which is just before badge number 2. So the first step, if you haven't done so, is get the coin case. So if you go into the academy, go up these stairs into this room, and talk to this guy, he will be frustrated about the arcade and give you the coin case. So now we can use that to hold our coins in the arcade. So now let's head over to the arcade, walk in, and we need to get 4,000 coins somehow. So I'm just going to go buy them, so 500 coins at a time, or you could play some games and win them. But once you have 4,000, talk to this person here. Once that person gets out of the way, there we go. And you can spend the 4,000 coins to get TM42 for Facade. TM43 for Flame Charge becomes available as soon as you complete the Route 3 to Meteor events between badges 10 and 11. And I'm starting from Calcinon City because that's like the fastest way to get there from a certain landmark location. But you don't have to reach Calcinon to get to this TM. So from Calcinon City, what you want to do is take the east entrance and go around back to where you fought Team Meteor. Which is here. Let's go in this cave here. And right in here, I'll make your way up. And then take this left exit here. And there's TM43. You can get TM44 for Rest as soon as you complete the events of Ureu Headquarters. That's somewhere between Badge 5 and 6. And this TM is somewhere in the underground railnet, and I'm going to start from Peridot since that's the first entrance to the railnet. If we make our way back to the Ureu basement, which is this way, first, and then go to the right here, and follow this path. It's this way. And here, this wall is slightly broken in one spot. If we use Rock Smash, that breaks open the wall, so we can walk in, and there's the TM for rest. You can get TM45 for Attract as soon as you have access to the Onyx Academy, which is right before Badge 2. Now the first thing you want to do, if you haven't done so already, is to get the coin case, and you can do so by talking to this guy up here. Once you've done that, we can head back down and head over to the Onyx Arcade, which is this building right here. Now what you want to do is you want to, in one way or another, get 1,000 coins. You can do that by playing games or just purchasing them. I'm just going to buy them. Now that I have 1,000 coins, talk to this person, and I can buy the TM for Attract for 1,000 coins. TM46 for Thief becomes available as soon as you have access to the North Obsidia ward, which is somewhere between badges 2 and 3, provided that you decide to join the Magma gang. So if you want to go that route, I'm starting from the Lapis ward. First we want to head over to their hideout in the North Obsidia ward, which is right here, behind this building. Talk to them. At first, they're going to tell us to get out, but if we persist, they're going to let us join them if we battle them. So, let's battle. And after the battle, they'll let us in and invite us to meet their boss. And instead of talking to their boss, we're going to get this sweet TM on the ground right here for Thief. Now, if you wanted to join the Aqua gang instead, then you have to wait one more gym badge until after you've beaten badge 3. From there, we can first go into the Aqua hideout if you haven't done so already, and talk to them to express interest in joining their gang. So, battle the guards first, and then we'll talk to Archer, the boss. I'll give you some history of their gang. And they tell us to meet us at a certain house, which is this house right here. So talk to them, tell us about an operation, and this is one quest that you have to complete before you can get access to Thief. Okay, we'll meet at Miss Crodberry's house, which is right here. And the Magma gang's here, so we're going to battle them. And then we'll steal Miss Crodberry's Ponyta, and then talk to Archer to complete this quest. We'll meet back at base, so that's this way. Talk to Archer again, and then that's the end of that quest. Now we'll complete the next quest, which is showing the Magma gang who's boss. So let's go over to the Magma base to storm it. That's in the North Obsidia ward. Go here, talk to them, battle them, and with that distraction, the Aqua gang makes it in. And then, right here, is the TM for Thief. TM47 for Low Sweep is available as soon as you can use Dive and Waterfall outside of battle, which is right after Gym 12. Once that's the case, I'm starting from the Fiora Mansion. You want to make your way over to Celestine Mountain, which is the entrance is right here. And you want to go to the right and down this waterfall. and go up these stairs here. From there we can dive down, go to the left, then dive back up, and then solve this ice puzzle to get to the TM. And right there is TM47. To get TM48 for round, you need to have access to floor 4 of the Obsidian department store, and you can only do that after having acquired 3 department store stickers. So you need to complete the side quests necessary to do that, and that can be done as soon as you have access to the Lapis Ward, which is right before badge number 3. Once you have those department store stickers, you can just head over to the department store and take the elevator up to the 4th floor. Then go up to this right counter right here, and for the price of 9,000 Poké we can buy the TM for round. TM49 for Echoed Voice becomes available shortly after getting badge number 4, as soon as you have access to Black Steam Factory. Once that's the case, we can head over there, and the TM is somewhere in the basement. So if we go this way and head towards the basement, down here, and then take these stairs down even more, and then hug the bottom here, there should be a path that opens up. So if we go this way and around, there's TM49. TM50 for Overheat is available after getting badge 13 and regaining access to Reborn City. Once you've done so, you want to head over to the Chrysalia Spring, because TM50 is found somewhere in there. I'm starting from Spinel Town, in which case you just head to the forest to reach the spring. So the entrance is right here. If you walk up to this tree, it'll disappear, revealing the cave entrance. Then we want to make our way over to the basement and solve a series of surf and strength puzzles to make our way to the TM. So what we want to do here is move this strength boulder onto this spring thing right here, and that'll raise this other thing. So when we jump on that, it boosts us up to this level. Then we can walk around, move the strength boulder down into that hole. So now we're in the basement, and what we want to do is move this strength boulder to this bottom left area. So down these stairs here, and then move around, and we want to get it over onto this thing. So we want to surf, and we can move the boulder from a surf spot if needed. So move this down, move this to the right, and down here, and that raises that thing to the right. So now we move there, that boosts us up to this level. Now we want to move this boulder down here. So to do that, we want to first go around, so we push it from the left side, then surf here to push it from the top. Then once it's right here, go around here, move that up, and now we can take this up back to the first floor. So now there's a strength boulder here, and we want to get that all the way over here. So take our time and move that down. So this way. Move this here, then go around so we can push it from the left. Got to be careful not to push it too far, because sometimes if you push it to an area where you can't recover from, then you gotta leave and come back and start this whole thing over again. So keep going this way, move this down, around, that raises this, so that'll boost us here. Now we'll drop down this hole back to the basement, into this very steamy area. Now it's a little hard to see here, but there are 2 springs that we can put 2 more strength boulders on to continue the puzzle. One right here, and one right here. So first we can surf here to move this strength boulder to the left and try to get that to the top left section. So move that here, here, and there we go. And we also want to move this strength boulder up to this top right section. So from the bottom we can push that up, and here we can move that to the right, surf, and push that up. Having both boulders on those two places simultaneously reveals another spring thing that we can use to boost us up to a higher level. And right here is the TM for overheat. TM51 for Steel Wing is available shortly after getting badge number 7, as soon as you have access to Route 1 and the Adventurine Woods. Now, before you start, you do need 8 honeys to reach the location of this TM. So if you don't have that, you can buy some from the flower shop in the Lapis Ward. See the beginning on the guide of how to get TM40 Aerial Ace for more details on how to do that. Once that's complete and you have fought Fern in Route 1, then I'm starting from the exit of Tanzan Mountain. What you want to do is spread some honey on this tree. Once you've done so, a pincer and a Heracross will come over. And in this particular case, you want to battle the Heracross. So let's do an Aqua Tail. And boom, and as thank you, Pincer will crush that log to our left, and that will get rid of that obstacle for us. So whenever you have a Pincer and a Heracross, if you defeat the Heracross and there's a log nearby, Pincer will crush that for us and get that out of the way. Now, you want to get 2 more obstacles out of the way here. There's a spiderweb here, and there's another log there. So if we slather honey there, and this time let's defeat the Pincer. Heracross is the Pokemon that will help us get rid of the spiderweb if we defeat its opponent. So Heracross, as a thank you, brings the spiderweb down for us. And we also want to get that log out of the way, so if we spread honey on there again, another pair of Pincer and Heracross will come, and we'll defeat the Heracross to get the Pincer to help us out. Awesome, so Pincer will jump up that ledge and crush that log. Now right there, in yellow, is the TM for Steel Wing, but unfortunately there's a ledge blocking the way, and it is kind of a lengthy process to get up this ledge. So let's continue first. Next, we enter Route 1, and we want to go to the left 1 entrance here. Here, there's a log in the way, but no honey tree, so Pincer can't help us out here yet. But over here, facing that log, is a Buffalat. So if we battle the Tauros that it's facing, then Buffalat will charge forward and move that log a certain distance. So it doesn't help us much right now because it only pushed it a little bit and it's still in our way, but it will be helpful later on. Let's continue. And let's go to the left 2 entrances. So if we take this entrance to the Adventurine Woods, we once again have a log in the way. So there's this Buffalat facing it. We just defeat this Tauros that is battling. And that'll get that Buffalat to move that log for us. So perfect. Buffalat charges away and moves this out of the way for us. Now we want to get up this ledge. But as a human, we don't have the ability to jump up ledges, but Tauroses do. So if we go here and defeat the Buffalat, Tauros will let us ride on its back, and we can use that to get up ledges. However, the caveat with Tauros is Tauros cannot go through tall grass. So as of now, we still can't reach that TM. We need to clear a bunch of obstacles to make that ledge right before that TM accessible to a Tauros. So now we can go up this ledge and go around, and here, because there's tall grass, we can't proceed, so we have to dismount. Now we go through this tall grass. Here, there's another honey tree and another web to the left there. So if we defeat this Pincer, Try to land an Aqua Tail. Okay, and that Heracross will get rid of that web for us. Awesome. Now, our next step is we want to get up this ledge, but we need a Tauros for that. And unfortunately, it looks like all Tauroses in this specific vicinity are gone. So we could just go up to this flower here to reset that. So now the Tauros and Bouffalon have reappeared. And let's defeat this Bouffalon so we can ride that Tauros. Okay, we'll ride here, and then we'll go down, up this ledge, and now there's tall grass, so we have to dismount. We go around, spread honey on this tree. And there's a spider web to our left we want to get rid of, so we can defeat Pinsir. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. So Heracross will get rid of that web for us. And next we want to go up that ledge below us. So we need another Tauros. So let's go back out here. Defeat another Bouffalon so we can get on another Tauros. Okay, we'll ride the Tauros here. And now that the web's out of the way, we can go this way and through here, up this ledge, and up this ledge. And now we gotta dismount, go down here, spread honey on this, and defeat the Heracross to get that log to our left out of the way. Okay, Pinsir crushes that log. The next step is we want to get up this ledge. But to do that, we need a Tauros, so we gotta go back. The Tauros and Bouffalons are gone again, so we can use the flower to reset. And defeat another Bouffalon. Okay, we'll ride the Tauros this way and through here. We'll dismount, go through this section of tall grass, go up and around this tall grass. And now this log is close enough to this honey tree because Bouffalon moved it earlier. Now we can defeat this Heracross, and the Pinsir will get rid of that log for us. Okay, and now we'll go up and ride a Tauros, so we can defeat this Bouffalon here. Okay, we'll ride the Tauros, go back down, and we'll go this way, here. Spread honey here, get rid of the Pinsir, so that web below us can be cleared. Awesome. So spiderweb's torn down, and we'll go this way, through here, and up here, and finally, up this ledge, to TM51. You can get TM52 for Focus Blast as soon as you have the ability to use Rock Climb outside of battle, which is shortly after badge 16. Then you can head over to the Apophel Academy and go a little bit to the left here and go to this Rock Climb spot, and there's Focus Blast. TM53 for Energy Ball is also available once you get Rock Climb, once again shortly after badge number 16. Once you've done that, you want to head over to Route 3, and I'm going to start from Calcinon because that seemed like the most direct way to get there. So if you go this way, a little bit of Route 4, there we re-enter Route 3. And we could take this rock climb for a shortcut. And we want to rock climb down here. Then there's an extra cave that we can walk into. and that has TM53. To get TM54 for False Swipe, you need to have completed the events at Obsidia Park, which is somewhere between badge number 1 and 2. Once you've done so, starting from the Obsidia Pokemon Center, you must return to Obsidia Park and enter this house right here. And right here is the TM for False Swipe. TM55 for Scald is a TM you get as soon as you get badge number 16, as the prize for defeating Amaria. So once you reach that point in the story, just talk to her, and she'll go on and on about her woes. And by the way, I'm playing on the Reshiram route. The dialogue is very different on the Zekrom route. We'll skip the battle, and we get the Torrent badge and the TM for Scald. TM56 for Fling becomes available once you have access to the North Obsidia Ward. That happens somewhere between badge 2 and 3. Once that's the case, we can head over to the North Obsidia Ward and go to the right here. We want to head into the Spice Restaurant. Once we walk in, we check the trash can. There's nothing, or so we thought. There's the TM for Fling. TM57, Charge Beam, is the very first TM that you could possibly get in this game. And you do so by defeating Julia, the first gym leader. So when you get to that point in the story, just talk to her to battle her. And I'm skipping the battle. And as the prize for defeating her, we get the Volt badge and TM57 for Charge Beam. TM58, Skydrop, is available as soon as you have access to Route 2, which happens somewhere between badge 9 and 10. Once you have access, you can then head over there, and there are a couple crystal puzzles that you would need to solve if you haven't done so already to reach this TM. So the first step would be to go this way, here, and at this green plant, there's some powdered spores, so we can use the powder vial that we got from the Ringmaster to fill it up with sleep powder. Next, we can awaken this crystal and bring it out of its nest, and use the sleep powder to put it to sleep. Now this is sort of a mini strength puzzle where we want to push this crystal over to a hole to the right side, and once we push that in, we can hop on its back to hop over to previously inaccessible locations. So we push that in there. Now we can hop on its back to get from here to here. Perfect. Now let's go to that area, but before we do that, I'm gonna get some more sleep powder just to save some time, because we will need that soon. So we'll go this way, battle this hiker if you haven't already, bring ourselves down this ledge and around here. Now we can hop over to this area, and the next step is we want to bring this crystal from the nest to the left here, right here. And you can see this yellow ball there, that is TM58 for Skydrop. But to get there, we first have to get to the crystal without dropping our sleep powder. And the path we could take to do that is to hop here, jump off this ledge, hop on this platform. Be careful not to go on the platform immediately to our left, because that is shaky and will cause us to drop our sleep powder. Instead, we'll walk around here, bring ourselves up here and around, and if we go this way, there we can bring Crystal out. Now we gotta bring it to sleep, and we gotta push it down somehow. But to do that, we have to move it to the left 2 tiles, use this to hop around. Now bring this down, now go back around, bring it to the right, then bring it down. Now it's there, now we gotta walk around to bring ourselves over there. We can jump off this ledge and do so as such. Now we gotta move this around here, Bring it this way, into this hole here. Now we can hop across. Now, simply, we just go here, battle him if we haven't already, hop across, and there's the TM for Skydrop. TM59 for Brutal Swing becomes available after Badge 13 and regaining access to Reborn City. From there, you can fly over to the Apophel Academy, and if you go north, we want to enter a cave in Azurine Lake. So if you go north of this Apophel Cave through this tiny surf area here, and then make your way up to the Peridot Ward, and surf north a bit more, and through this tiny opening here, then go south a tiny bit, then go east, you can see immediately across this rock here, there's a 4-tile dive spot. So you want to dive down, and then dive up to reach here. Then go around, and enter this cave. Then here, there's a Pukumuku blocking the TM, so battle it. And after that battle is done, you get TM59. TM60 for Quash becomes available as soon as you have access to the Obsidian Slums, which happens somewhere between Badge 1 and 2. Once you've done so, I'm coming from the Obsidian Pokemon Center. You want to head over to the Slums entrance, and you want to go into this elevator here. If you're just entering the slums for the first time, then you do have to play through the normal path a bit before this elevator becomes available. Once you've done so, you want to head over to the basement, then head over to the other side here. And if you haven't done so yet, get this box out of the way, and make your way up to the second floor from here. Then from this elevator entrance, there's TM60. TM61 for Will-O-Wisp becomes available once you have 13 badges and regain access to Reborn City. This TM is located in Chrysalia Springs, so the fastest way there would be to fly over to Spinel Town and make your way through the Chrysalia Forest. So from this entrance, you just want to go left a little bit, and you can see this tree here. If you just walk towards it, it'll disappear and reveal the entrance to Chrysalia Spring. From there, we want to make our way to the basement. So to do that, we push the strength boulder out of the way, and we want to move this strength boulder above this little spring thing. So when we push that, that moves the thing behind here up a little bit. So now if we get on this tile, that'll boost us to this upper level. From here, we can push this boulder down and jump down. Now we want to move this strength boulder in the bottom right corner to this specific tile right here. And to do that, we just got to be a little bit patient and move this bottom right, push this down, and then be very careful, move this down, then go this way. And in this game, from a surfing position, you can push a strength boulder. You just can't push the strength boulder from inside a wall. So if you go this way, then just push it down. Now we need to get to the right of it to push it left. And to do that, we need to first move this out of the way, and then go around. From here, we can push it left, surf to push it up, and then go here, then go around, push this down, and that raises the level of that. So when we step on that, it'll boost us back to the upper floor. Now we want to move this strength boulder from here to this tile here. But there isn't really a way to do that directly moving right and down, because then you'd have to push right from inside a wall, and you can't physically do that. So the way to do that is you gotta move it up and around. So from here, move that here, move it this way. Come on, move it down, then to the right, and keep moving it. Then move it to the right here, then this way, then go around to push this to the right. Now from here, that'll boost us here, and we can go through this entrance to a very steamy area. It's a bit hard to see here, but there are a ton of ledges in this room. What you want to do is just kind of hug the left wall and just make your way down. Then go all the way to the bottom left, then go up and left one tile, and just make your way back up. Once again, hugging the left wall. So just keep going up and to the left. That gives you access to this staircase here. Use that to get up over this top area, jump off this ledge, and there's TM61. TM62 for Acrobatics is a TM that you get right after acquiring badge number 13, as one of the prizes for defeating Seal. So once you make your way to that point in the story, just proceed with the battle. And I'm skipping that because I have that configured. Once we defeat her, we get the suspension badge and the TM for Acrobatics. TM63 for Embargo becomes available shortly before Badge 2, once you've cleared out most of Onyx Academy. If you haven't done so, you have to reach the point where you battle Fern. So that would be this way if it's your first time getting through the Academy. Then from here, you can talk to Fern. He calls you a loser, even though you made it through all those kids to get to him. But you have to talk to him again and battle him. Then he decides to join you in challenging the Reborn League. And once you've cleared that out, you can head over to the southwest side into this building right here. And then this guy will show up, and he recognizes you from school, and he'll open the rooftop garden for us. So if we take the elevator up to the rooftop, right here, behind this elevator entrance, is TM63. TM64 for Explosion becomes available once you have access to 7th Street, which happens somewhere between Badge 8 and 9. First, you need to get to 7th Street, which if you join the Magma gang would be by going into this building here, but since I joined the Aqua gang in this save file, my entrance is up here. So then just take the elevator down to 7th Street, then make our way through here onto this counter right here. Talk to this person, and for 7,500 Pokédollars, we can buy the TM for Explosion. TM65 for Shadowclaw becomes available as a gift for defeating badge number 4 by beating Shade. So when you get to this point in the story, just talk to Shade, battle him. Again, I'm skipping because that's what I have configured. And then he gives you the Omen badge and the TM for Shadowclaw. TM66 for Payback becomes available once you have access to the Bixbysian Wasteland, which is shortly before badge number 5. Once you've done so, I'm coming from the Obsidian Ward, you want to head over to the Wasteland entrance. And the first step, if you haven't done so already, is there are 5 just chemical vats that are scattered around the Wasteland that are currently colored blue. You can see one to the on the top right of the screen there. And what you want to do is find all 5 of them and turn them red. So the first one we have access to is here. If we jump off that ledge and rock smash this and go this way, there's one. So just interact with that, turn it red. And the reason we want to turn these red is when we turn all 5 of those red, it unlocks a certain door, which would be the next step in getting to this TM. So the next one, we want to go back around, this time go over to the right, and then jump off this ledge, there's a second one. And keep going. We'll go this way, around to the third one. And this is ultimately the door that we're trying to unlock. So to get to the fourth one, we want to make our way over to the hideout. So slide down here, and head over here. There's number 4. The fifth one is on the way back. So rock smash this, and go around here. There's number 5. So once all 5 of these are red, now you can see this is now unlocked. So we make our way inside and go downstairs into the Big Spizian Grotto. Now we just gotta go through a linear tunnel network and make our way over deeper into the Wasteland. So just keep going. There's really only one path to go at this point, so just follow that. And then down here, and through here. Now you want to go inside this cave, and there are more of these chemical vats. So there's one on the left and one on the right. You want to turn both of these red to unlock this entrance up here. Then go into the center cave up here, and there's the TM for payback. TM67 for Smart Strike becomes available once you're near the end of the events at the Water Treatment Center, which is somewhere between Badge 12 and 13. I'm coming from Fiora Mansion, but you want to head over to the entrance of the Water Treatment Center through here. And you need all the water to be clean. You need to have reached that point in the Water Treatment Center to access this TM. So if the water's clean, you can just surf to this room to the right and head down here, head here, and there's Smart Strike. TM68 for Giga Impact becomes available once you've gotten Badge 13 and regain access to Reborn City. This TM is located underwater near the Coral Ward, so the first step would be to fly over to the Coral Ward, and you can surf a little bit to the left. Now, there is this lighthouse here, and it just so happens that if you go behind the lighthouse, just out of view, and press the interact button, there happens to be a hidden dive spot. So if we dive down and go up this ladder here, you can get the coral key. And we can use the coral key to unlock a door up here. And if we enter and dive down, there are Pokemon predators that we have to defeat. So after we battle them, Poplio wants to join us. I'm going to say no because I don't need a Poplio, and a bunch of third-person narrators are judging me, and they give me the Never Melt Ice. And yeah, I guess it is too good for me anyway. But there's TM68. You could get TM69 for Rock Polish once you have access to the basement of the Grand Stairway. That happens somewhere between Badge 2 and 3. Now, I'm coming from the Lapis Ward, but you want to go to the basement of the stairway and follow a specific path to get to the TM. So, if you go to the entrance right here, and go down 2 floors, and you want to go down these sets of ledges this way. Go to the left, up a few, and behind this, right there, is TM69. You get TM70 Aurora Veil as the prize for defeating Sarah, the 6th gym leader, in battle. So once you reach the point in the story, just talk to her to start the battle sequence. And yes, we're ready. And Bennett and Elias will watch us from a one-way mirror. And as usual, I'm skipping battles. And as a prize, we get the Rhyme Badge and TM70. To get TM71 Stone Edge, you need access to Tourmaline Desert, which happens after badge number 14. Once you've done so, you can head over to the desert, and this TM can be found in the depths of Sujaline Cave, in the eastern section of the desert. So first we want to take a train over to our access point in the desert. We want to travel northeast from here. Not as far north as the Mirage Tower is, a bit closer to us than the Mirage Tower. So if we just generally go in this direction, but not all the way, we should find a cave. And that's right here. So we enter here, and if you haven't done so yet, which I have not, you want to complete the puzzle of this cave. So first, go down that sand pit, make a way up, go down this sand pit, and then go around to the ladder. And then be very careful, you want to fall down this exact sand pit here. That brings you access to this ladder, which you can take up here, and press this button on the Arceus statue. Nothing will happen, but don't worry, that was one of two steps we needed to take. Now we gotta go back down and take any sand pit to bring us back to the entrance. Now we gotta go to the right side, take this sand pit, and go up this ladder here. And then be careful again, you wanna go down a very specific one, this one right here. Then go to this ladder, and press this button on the Arceus statue. That'll open up that staircase here. Now to get to the staircase, go down and take any sand pit to return to the entrance, and this time go down this middle sand pit. If we go this way, and unfortunately because there are wild Pokemon at or above our level cap, repels don't fully ward off wild Pokemon. But now the staircase is opened up. Now we want to enter this cave, and I'm going to turn off speed up mode because there's a ton of Garchomp statues that get activated as you walk closer. And the more you stay away from them, the fewer of them you have to battle. Because I'm configured to skip battles anyway, I could just skip them if any of them do run into me. But once you made it through that room, now you're in the back room of the cave. You just want to make your way up. And to the left of this Arceus statue here is the TM for Stone Edge. TM72 for Volt Switch is also available shortly after badge 14, once you have access to the desert. This one is a lot closer to the desert entrance, so all we want to do is just take our train over to our desert access point. And we just want to go down and to the left until we get to this part here. First we want to go down here, and some of these palm trees are actually Alolan Executors, so if you get in a battle with them and either defeat them or run away, that gets them out of the way. So you need to do that a total of 3 times. So there's the second one, and then you want to go around behind this TM, and there's the third one here. So run away, that clears the path for us. Now we can go up here and hop across on here, and hop across a few platforms, and there is TM72. TM73 for Thunder Wave becomes available once you have access to Rock Climb, which is shortly after badge number 16. You also need a Pokemon that has some move that can transition a regular mountain field into a snowy mountain field. And the way to know how to do that is if we go to our field notes, there should be an entry for the mountain field right here. And it becomes a snowy mountain when Blizzard, Glaciate, Sub-Zero Slammer is used, or it's been hailing for 3 turns. So you need a Pokemon that can do one of those things that can change that field. Once you've met those prerequisites, you can head over to the Rock Climb section of Route 4, and Thunder Wave is somewhere in there. So if we make our way up here from Calcinon. And go this way, to the right. And from here, just take this path, do a little surfing, go around here, and go up this waterfall. Then you get the text, "A chill spreads through the air." So that is your hint to maybe change this to a snowy mountain field to maybe access more areas in the overworld. So first, I'm going to keep running around until my repel wears off, because I need to get into a battle to change the field. Come on. It's taking a while. There we go. Oh, I guess if it's above the level, if it's at the level cap, it's triggers anyway. But I just used Blizzard, that made it a snowy mountain, and then if I just run to end the battle in that state, that'll freeze over the overworld and add this rock climb section. So from here, we enter this structure, and right there is TM73. To get TM74 for Gyro Ball, all you need is to have the ability to use Waterfall outside of battle, which is right when you get Gym Badge number 12. From there, I'm starting from Fior Mansion. You want to make your way over to the entrance of Citrine Mountain, which the closest entrance is if you go across this water and go this way. There's an entrance to Citrine right here. If you walk in, just make your way to the upper levels immediately, and waterfall a couple times, and up to the 3rd floor. And there's TM74. TM75 for Swords Dance becomes available once you have access to the Tourmaline Desert, which is right after badge number 14. You also need a Pokemon that can transition between a normal cave field and a crystal cavern. And if we go to our field notes, we can see precisely what moves do that. So if we check the field notes for the cave field, we can see it becomes a crystal cavern when either Diamond Storm or Power Gem is used. So it's best to bring a Pokemon that knows one of those moves, or you could maybe rely on wild Pokemon to do that, but that would take longer to trigger. So you need to be able to do that transition. You also need to be able to transition a crystal cavern back to a cave field. So if we look at the field notes for the crystal cavern, it becomes a cave when one of these 5 moves is used. So ideally, you want a Pokemon that knows one of those 5 moves. Once that's the case, we can make our way to the desert. And TM75 is located in Teknite Ridge, which is in the northwest corner of the desert. So we can take the train over to the desert. And just keep going north and west until we reach the cave entrance. So I usually like going directly north first until I encounter train tracks, and then just follow those train tracks because it's just a little faster to walk across that. And then just keep going until you've almost made it to the end, and then you want to go to the left. And there's the entrance to Teknite Cave. So here we have a cave with the hint, the stones seem to shimmer with light, inviting us to turn this into a crystal cave to change the overworld. So right now, it seems like a dead end. There doesn't seem to be a lot going on in this cave, but if we turn it into a crystal cavern, maybe more will be revealed. So first, I'm going to keep walking around until my repel wears off, which that might take a while. Okay, great. Now we need to get into a battle. Now we want to turn this into a crystal cave. So I have Power Gem, and that will litter the cave with crystals, and we want to end the battle in this state. So I can run, and that changes the overworld, and now there are suddenly crystals. And one of them I can activate with a crystal key. That makes that wall here breakable. So if we use Rock Smash on this wall, that creates an entrance for us. Now we get that hint again, so maybe we need to do that some more. And if we walk a little bit this way, we notice that we have a rock in the way. So maybe if we turn this into a crystal cave, something will change. So I'll use Power Gem to make that transition and end the battle in this state. So crystals scattered everywhere. And here's a crystal key, excuse me. This one is a crystal key that we can activate. And now that turns us into a crystal that we can use Rock Smash on. Now we go up here, now we have a crystal in our way. So to get that out of our way, we can transition this crystal cave field back into a regular cave with, for example, Earthquake. Crystals are broken up, the crystal shattered, now that's out of our way. Now we've hit another dead end, so let's transition this back to a crystal cave. Let's bring Power Gem. Okay, litter the cave with crystals, and then end the battle like that. Now we have more crystals. We have a crystal key that we can activate, and that makes this wall breakable. We can Rock Smash through here. Once again, we have a rock in our way. So, we also got the same hint, the stones shimmer with light. So, let's get into a battle and turn this into a crystal cave. And end the battle. Now, another crystal key, and at this point I can put my repel back on because I don't need to do that anymore. We can Rock Smash this rock, and then take this path to the top left corner. And now we're outside, above a mountaintop. We keep going through this strength puzzle. Move that over that way, and hop over here. Now we can enter this cave, and make our way to this exit. Go north just a little bit, up these stairs, and right here is the TM for Swords Dance. You get TM76 for Struggle Bug as a prize for defeating Shelly and getting your 3rd gym badge. So it's as simple as just reaching this point in the story and talk to her when it's time to battle her. And she talks about her brother being a gym leader in Johto, that being Bugsy. And we go do the battle, and I'm skipping over that. And as a reward, we get the Cocoon badge and the TM for Struggle Bug. TM77 for Psych Up becomes available as soon as you have access to the Rotocrine Jungle, which is somewhere between Badge 2 and 3. Once you've done so, I'm starting from the Barrel Ward Pokemon Center, but I'm going to make my way over to the southern entrance of the jungle, and just follow this path to reach the TM. It's in one of the broken buildings. So go up this way, through here, up these stairs, and around this way. And then you want to walk through this path just behind this building and enter it from the left side here. Then just go through, and there's TM77. TM08 Bulldoze is a TM you get as a reward for getting badge number 12 by defeating Terra. So once you reach this point in the story, in the glitch world, listen to her monologue, and talks about her boredom, and so she wants chaos. And finally, we'll battle her, and as a reward, we get the Gravity badge and the TM for Bulldoze. TM79 Frost Breath becomes available when you have access to the peak of Ametrine Mountain, which happens during the events between badges 11 and 12. So what you want to do, I'm starting from the Ametrine Pokemon Center, is to head towards the peak, and the TM can be found somewhere on the climb up. So if we make our way up here, and from here we want to go down and take the path behind this tree here, and go through this narrow strip here, wiggles around, and leads you right to TM79. TM80 Rock Slide is the TM you get in the story right after you get badge number 17. So when you reach the point in the story, just give Hardy a battle. And I'm skipping because that's how I have the game configured. And once you win, you get the Geode badge and the TM for Rock Slide. TM81, the TM for X-Scissor, becomes available after badge 13 and completing the events at Devon. Once you've done so, you can return to the Devon building, and we can climb our way back up to the top floor. The same floor tile puzzle as our first time climbing up is here, but the difference now is instead of us pressing a button to change the pattern, they change automatically after a certain amount of time. So this puzzle is a little more annoying to get through the second time. And I recommend turning off speed up, that gives us more time to react to these changes. But yeah, same deal as before, only touch the tiles when they're lit up. Otherwise, you get zapped and your Pokemon take damage. And the tiles on this floor are moving a little bit faster than they did on the first floor. So gotta be more careful. And the reason why we care about a Pokemon getting zapped is there is a battle at the end of this. So the more healthy our Pokemon are, the better prepared they'll be for the battle. Yeah, and also the reason why I'm actually taking the time to go through this this time around, as opposed to the clip for Shadow Ball, is this is the only thing you have to do. So I decided saving time by just taking the zap wasn't as important this time around. Okay, now we're on the final floor where we have these, and these are moving even faster, so we gotta be even more careful. And usually on this floor, I like to just move one tile at a time, because if you get too ambitious, you are too likely to get zapped. So slow and steady wins the race. I guess I am moving two at a time in a few places, but that's only when I feel confident that I can make it across. Okay. Okay, let's just get across here, go all the way down. Almost there. Okay, final stretch, and we made it to the top. And here, we get to battle someone who's been camped up here. And after battling them, I'm skipping it, you just go to the right, and there's the TM for X-Scissor. TM82 for Dragon Claw becomes available once you have the ability to use Dive outside of battle, which is right after badge 11. Then from Fior Mansion, you want to head over to the Celestine Mountain, because this TM can be found somewhere in there. So right by this entrance, if you go to the left here, you just got to go through an ice puzzle. And that brings you here, and then you can go through this little dive area, and then go down. Right here is TM82. You can get TM83 for Infestation once you have access to Azurine Island, which happens somewhere between badge 4 and 5. Once that's the case, I'm starting from Apophel Academy. You can take the boat to the island. So this becomes an option. And from the entrance, you just have to walk a little bit inward. So if you follow this path through here, and cut this tree down, or I guess maybe you didn't have to, then there's TM83. TM84, Poison Jab, becomes available right after getting badge 14. Because once you've done so, once you get to the Grand Hall, you have the option to donate to one of the city restoration projects. For TM84 specifically, you have to donate to the Affordable Living in Obsidia project, which is 60,000 Poké Dollars. So once you make the necessary donation, that converts the slums in the South Obsidia ward to a kind of shelter where people can put in volunteer hours to get free housing. So let's head over to where the slums used to be. And now it's been converted to a shelter. If you walk in and talk to this guy here, he explains what Solace is and thanks us for being the one to donate the remaining funds for this project. And as a reward, he gives us the gum key, which is a key that was turned in by someone. And that key opens a door in the water treatment center. So if we fly over to the Celestine Cascade and head to the water treatment center, and go down the waterfall to the entrance, and go to the right, if this is activated, you can go through it, or if for some reason it's not, you can just surf around it. The gum room is here, so you use the key to unlock the door, and that gives you access to a hidden room in here. And that room, if you push this out of the way, has TM84. TM85 for Dream Eater becomes available once you have access to Spinel Town, right before badge 6. From here you can enter the gym for number 6, Sarah's home, and make your way up the stairs into what looks like might be Luna's room, and sitting right here is TM85. You get access to TM06, Grass Knot, once you have access to Route 1, which happens shortly after badge 7. You also need 1 honey in your possession to reach this TM if you haven't done the event that requires the honey already. And you can buy some from the flower shop in Lapis Ward. Coming from this Tanzan mountain exit into the South Adventurine Woods, you want to follow this path to Route 1 and jump down 1 ledge to the left and take this north entrance to the North Adventurine Woods here. As you can see here, there's a log in the way, and the way to get that out of our way is you see this Bouffalant facing it. You want to battle the Tauros that it's facing. Okay, and when you defeat the Tauros in battle, Bouffalant will charge forward and move this log for us up a little bit. So now we would be able to make progress, but there's also this ledge in the way. So how do we deal with that? Well, we can battle this Bouffalant. And if we defeat this Bouffalant, Tauros, as a thank you, will let us ride on its back. And whenever you're riding a Tauros, you're able to jump up ledges. So if you go up here and jump up this ledge, and we can just dismount at this point. Then go to the right through this little bit of tall grass and then down. Here we have a log in our way of the TM, but there's no Bouffalant around. So the way we deal with that is there is this tree that looks a little bit different, and if we slather some honey on it, that will trigger a Pinsir and Heracross to come over to fight over that honey. And Pinsir's the Pokemon that can crush the log, so if we defeat the Heracross, our Pinsir will help us out. Okay, as a thank you, Pinsir will crush that log for us, get that out of our way. And right here is the TM for Grass Knot. TM87 for Swagger becomes available as soon as you have access to a gate circus, which happens shortly after badge number 9. You probably also ideally want a Pokemon with the ability Guts at the front of your party. If you don't have that, Sheer Force, Huge Power, and Pure Power work as well. So I have a Heracross with the ability Guts right now. And if that's at the front of my party, if I go to the High Striker right here and pay 350 Poké Dollars, you're guaranteed to get a power level of over 9,000. Otherwise, you're leaving a bit to random chance. And the prize for getting over 9,000 on the High Striker is the TM for Swagger. TM88 for Sleep Talk becomes available after completing the events at Malkus Forest by Jasper Ward, which happens somewhere between badges 2 and 3. Once you've done so, I'm starting from the Jasper Ward Pokemon Center, but you want to go to the building 2 buildings to the left, but due to the cracks in the street, you gotta go all the way around Malkus Forest to reach that point. So we go in the south entrance of Malkus Forest and just go around. Go here. And now that the event's done, the elevator is online again, so you can make your way to the top floor and talk to this person here. And she's talking about how she can't even leave because the elevator's offline, and then realizes that we're here. So the elevator works again and invites us to her friend's house in Peridot Ward. So let's make our way over to Peridot Ward. Let's go through a few broken buildings to reach that point. Through here. And the house is right here, so talk to her, and she talks about how, her friend has something for us, but we're gonna ignore that, and talk to her again, and she's gonna get rid of the Sleep Talk TM and give it to us. TM89 for a U-turn becomes available after badge 13 and regaining access to the Reborn city area. From there, you can fly over to the Van Hanen Castle because this TM is located in Iolia Valley. So if we make our way over to the Iolia entrance behind this tree here and return to effectively gym number 9, you want to go down this way by the water. You can rock smash these because you've previously converted those bushes into crystals. And from here, we can surf and waterfall down here. Here, there's a crystal we can activate with the crystal key that turns this bush into a crystal. Rock smash that, and there's TM89. TM90 for Substitute becomes available once you have access to Onyx Academy, which is right before badge number 2. Provided you have enough money or time to play Game Corner games. The first step, if you haven't done so already, is to go get the coin case. And just like with TM42 and 45, you could do so by talking to this person here. He'll give you the coin case. Then we can make our way back outside to the Onyx Arcade. And I'm just gonna buy the coins, but with our coin case, we can buy coins by the 500, and you need 7,000 to get substitutes. Okay, and then talk to this person who sells prizes. We exchange our 7,000 coins for TM90. TM91 Flash Cannon is another TM that you get during the main story, right after defeating Titania to get badge number 15. So you just complete the gym battle, and after beating her, we get the Alloy badge and the TM for Flash Cannon. TM92 for Trick Room is also a TM that you get during the story. So when it's time to get your 8th gym badge, at the end of the castle, battle Radimus to get your 8th gym badge. And the Hypnotize Elias moderates. And after the battle, we get the Millennium badge and the TM for Trick Room. You get access to TM93 for Wild Charge near the end of the events of the Water Treatment Center, which happens between Badge 12 and 13. I'm coming from Fior Mansion, but you'd want to head into the Water Treatment Center, and the TM is in a location that you need Surf to get to. And you also need the water to have been cleaned, so that's when completing most of the events there. From the entrance, you can then surf this way to the room on the right. And if in case that's not active, you could just surf around that, otherwise I can just walk through it. And go one more route to the right, and then I can surf around here, and go up here, and surf across this place. And right here is TM93. TM94 for Secret Power becomes available once you have access to Strength, which happens shortly after badge number 5. Once you've done so, from Barrel Ward, you can walk across the Barrel Bridge, and behind a breakable rock, there's an entrance to Citrine Mountain. And there you can find TM94. So the first step is if you take this path, you can push this strength boulder across the ice out of the way. That makes this accessible from another angle. Now you gotta go all the way around here to get to the left side of that strip of ice. From here, slide across here, and keep going this way. And there's the TM for Secret Power. TM95 for Snarl becomes available once you enter Ematrine City. This happens somewhere between badge 11 and 12. From the Pokemon Center, then you want to take this path through this ice puzzle involving people, which is kind of funny, and go through this little path here, and by the mountain slope, there's TM95. You get TM96 immediately after acquiring badge number 2 by defeating Florinia in battle. So when you reach this point in the story, just talk to Florinia to start the battle sequence. And her students will be watching. And after the battle is done, we get the Canopy badge and the TM for Nature Power. TM97 for Dark Pulse is another TM that you get during the story, immediately after getting your 9th badge and defeating Luna. So when you reach this point in the story, talk to her to battle her. She talks about darkness. And then after I'm skipping the battle, our prize is the Eclipse badge and the TM for Dark Pulse. TM98 for Power Up Punch, like many other TMs, become available after badge 13 and regaining access to Reborn City. From there you can fly over to the Apophel Academy and make our way to an underwater area in Azurine Lake. So if we surf and follow this path over here, we can go across this tiny piece of land here. From there, there's a dive spot, and if we dive down here, we can enter this house. And if you look closely by that dresser, there's something flashing. And there's the S12 key. That's a key to another underwater house. Now if we go towards the top left corner and resurface, and then go to the top left corner, go across this piece of land, surf again, and go to the right side of this dive spot. Right here is the entrance to Sunrise 12. We fit the S12 key in here. We walk in. There's another thing lighting up, and that's the S4 key. So now we gotta go to Sunrise 4, which is just on the left side of this underwater area, bottom left house right here. We unlock this, and there's the TM for Power Up Punch. TM99, the TM for Dazzling Gleam, is another TM that you get during the story, right after you get badge number 14. So once you reach the point in the story where you have to battle Adrian in the Coral Ward Gym, time to do so. And Zil paints a picture about us being the champion after what just happened. And I'm skipping the battle with Zim, but afterwards, So it'll give us the Amaranth badge and the TM for Dazzling Gleam. TM100 for Confide is available right after beating Florinia and getting badge number 2. Once you've done so, you can return to the trainer school, and if this is unlocked, you can walk through here, but just in case it's not, you'd have to walk around. So walk around here and unlock the door while we're at it. And you can talk to this person here, and she will ask for the secret to beating her. So we let her know, and then in return, the secret she gives us is the TM for Confide. The first TMX for Cut becomes available as soon as you enter the Coral Ward, which happens during the events where you're trying to stop the Tangrowth from taking over Obsidia Ward. So right when you enter Coral Ward, this is just part of the story, you talk to Amaria here, and she talks about a Poplio that's stranded on an island over filthy water, and just go through this cutscene. And Kane is going to save the Poplio by having its Grimer swim in the filthy water. And that's perfect. And then Poplio decides to go with Kane. And now it's time to battle Kane. And then Kane runs, and then Amaria goes on about how she left Florinia hanging about the Obsidia thing, and gives us the TMX for Cut on the way out. TMX2 for Fly is a TMX that you get on your way from the Water Treatment Center to Fiora Mansion immediately after completing the events of the Water Treatment Center. This is between badge 12 and 13. So once you go up these stairs, you run into Julia and Florinia, whom you haven't seen in quite a while. And Julia talks about just a little bit of meta about how the logistics of anyone who isn't me is even supposed to be challenged in the league anyway. And Florinia gives us the TMX for Fly. They invite us back to the city to see the changes that they've made since we've been locked out. And we notice Team Meteor has arrived at Fiora Mansion, and we're off to defend it. TMX3 for Surf becomes available right after defeating Samson, gym number 10, in battle. Once you've done so, you can return to Fiora Mansion and talk to Titania, who promised earlier to give us Surf once I get the badge. In doing so, she goes to the back room to retrieve it, and Amaria talks about the possibility of maybe Titania being this Team Meteor agent Titowin. And reads Titania's diary. And Titania gives a Surf, and the cutscene continues. She asks if we're reading through her journal. We can either be honest or not. And Titania claims that this is just notes about a character. Amaria thinks it might be commentary on how she feels about their relationship. And then she leaves, and we follow her to the waterfall. Amaria thinks Titania betrayed her, and she has to break it to her that she's only really stuck with her to try to get her to not hurt herself. and Amaria decides to jump down the waterfall. And Titania goes after her. And now with Surf, we're left to continue the story. You get TMX4 for Strength once you have gotten your 5th badge and are on your way out of Big Spician Wasteland. So if we head out towards the South Obsidia Ward, you'll run into Cal, who explains that he didn't really mean for any of this to happen, and he actually sabotaged the machine in the first place, but things didn't go the way he planned. And then he gives us the TMX for Strength, and explains that he needed that in order to bring the machinery up the mountain. And asks us to make things right. And that's Strength. The TMX5 for Waterfall becomes available during the events of Ametrine City. That's somewhere between badges 11 and 12. So when you reach the point where you enter Blake's apartment, you can talk to Shelly, who's in the process of asking Blake to tell us where Heather is, because we can't find her. But he's distracted by the game he's playing, and then finally confronts us. And gives us a deal. We give him the ruby ring, and he gives us, he tells us where Heather is, and gives us the TMX for Waterfall. So if we agree to this deal, then he'll give us the TMX for Waterfall, and we give him the ring. And he tells us that he has Heather locked up somewhere. Because she was giving food to a starving city, and that was against the goals of Team Meteor. And just tells us to look around. So then we proceed to do so. So that's one way to get Waterfall. If you decided to decline Blake's deal with the Ruby Ring, then you get TMX for Waterfall a little bit later, on the climb up Ametrine Mountain. So when you reach the point where you enter this cave, on your way in, you get stopped by Aster, who has the TMX for Waterfall, and invites us to battle him to get it. So we do so, which I'm skipping, and as promised, gives it to us, wants us to just pretend we took it from him, and decides that he doesn't really agree with Team Meteor's goals anymore, and signs out. TMX6 for Dive becomes available the moment you enter Chalcedon City, which is right before badge number 11. To continue the story, you walk into this house, and there you find Noelle, Anna, Kane, and Shelly. We tell them about Aya's kidnapping, and then they continue what they were previously talking about, which is the state of Heather, saying that some guy named Blake is taking care of her right now. But they've only heard bad things about him, and so they want to go to Ametrine to help her out, but the path is blocked by that giant iceberg. They're also concerned about the food supply being cut off. So Anna comes up with an idea of how to get around the iceberg. It can't be climbed. You can't go around it or through it, so the only option left is to go under it. And dive is how we would do that. And Anna just so happens to have dive. She picked it up at the circus because they were offering it as a prize earlier. So now that we have dive in our possession, we need to defeat Charlotte to get dive. So our next step after this scene is over is to go challenge Charlotte to a battle, and that is how to get dive. You get TMX7, Rock Smash, right after completing the events of the Grand Stairway and rescuing Victoria. That happens somewhere between Badge 2 and 3. Now on your way out, you can go to the North Obsidian Ward and talk to Victoria, and she talks about Apophel Academy across the lake, and she wants to be stronger, and to learn she wants to battle. So let's do that, which I'm skipping. And after we win, Fern decides to show up and be his usual self. And he talks about how he just beat Shelly. Our team gets healed and we decide to battle Fern and beat him. And Fern decides to, he's too hot-headed to accept the idea that he might not be as good as we are. And Victoria is unhappy with him, but calms down and thanks us by giving us the TMX for Rock Smash. And our next step is to battle Shelly to be able to use the move outside of battle. TMX8 for Flash becomes available right after getting your 3rd gym badge and getting access to the ability to use Rock Smash outside of battle. Once that's the case, you can head over to the Obsidian Ward and take the right entrance to the slums, because this TM is found somewhere in the underground rail net. So if we follow this path down the broken escalators, through this exit here, and down these stairs, we can use Rock Smash here, and now we're in another section of the underground rail net. Here there's a breakable section of the wall that if we use Rock Smash on that opens that up and we can enter. And we can follow this path this way and break this open and go left here to a dark section of the rail net. It's somewhat ironic that in order to get Flash, you need to traverse a section that's dark enough where Flash would be useful. But anyway, we just follow the tracks here and then go down these stairs. And then from here we go up through here, and there's another breakable section of the wall. We break that open, and there's the TMX for Flash. And we would have to wait until we get badge 4 in order to be able to use that outside of battle. TMX9 for Rock Climb becomes available after getting your 16th badge, that is after defeating Amaria in battle. Once you've done so, you have to progress through the story a little bit before reaching the point where you get Rock Climb. Gotta go back to Calcinon and talk to Florania and Hardy. Once you've done so, you head to this section of Route 4 where Hardy is chilling, and he says that up this rock climb wall is the way to the Glasswork Station where the sleeping spell of a gate is coming from. And he gives us Rock Climb to be able to reach that point. So he'll move on ahead and we'll finally save a gate city. And that's a wrap. That is how to get all 109 TMs and TMXs in Pokemon Reborn in numerical order. I hope this guide was helpful. Thank you so much for watching.